This is the new Ultimate Ears Wonderboom 4 that replaces the highly successful Wonderboom 3. But is it really an upgrade? And if you've already got a Wonderboom 3, should you upgrade to the Wonderboom 4? And if you've got neither, should you buy this? Let's find out. I bought both of these speakers myself, no one's sponsoring this video, so you are going to get my honest opinion. So first of all, we're going to look at the differences between these two and then the similarities so you can decide which of these are best for you, and we're going to do a sound test so you can kind of hear what they sound like in the different modes as well. So first we're going to look at the new things that the Wonderboom 4 have added, because there are a few. First up is the podcast mode. So this is a mode that emphasizes vocals and recesses everything else to make podcasts supposedly clearer to listen to. You'll hear what that actually sounds like in the sound test later, but as a little bit of a spoiler, I don't really see the value of it, because if I'm listening to a podcast, there generally isn't anything else other than the spoken word, and so just listening to it in normal mode is fine. So I personally didn't find much value to it. What I did find value in though was they have finally, I do mean finally, changed the charging port of their Wonderboom speakers, and they've pretty much done this across their entire range. So they have finally got rid of the micro USB port that was on the Wonderboom 3 and replaced it with a USB-C port on the Wonderboom 4. The fact that this is one of the biggest changes that Ultimate Ears has done to their speakers this year across the range, when everybody else did this years ago, is a little depressing, but at least they finally got there. Surprisingly though, that doesn't change the charging time. So both the Wonderboom 4 and the Wonderboom 3 take 2.6 hours to charge up to full, and both will give you 14 hours of playback. Now that's pretty much, more or less, although there is a slight difference later on, but it's pretty much where most of those differences lie. There is a fair number of similarities across both of these speakers, and the old adage of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I think pretty much applies here. And that's not a bad thing, because the Wonderboom 3 was a great little speaker. I mean, physically you can already see that they are pretty much exactly the same in size. I mean, they are exactly the same size. They're about 10 centimeters tall and wide, or about 1/3 of a foot square. They both weigh the same weight of 420 grams as well. You've got the same number of buttons on the tops. You've got your power on and off, you've got your Bluetooth pairing, and you've got action button in the middle, which does play, pause and skip tracks, but only forwards, not backwards. And they've both got the outdoor mode switch underneath, but as I've said before, in the Wonderboom 4 it does the additional podcast mode, which isn't on the Wonderboom 3. And they are both IP67 rated, so they're both dustproof and waterproof rated, and they both float as well. Sound wise, both of these are internally the same. They both have two 40mm active drivers, and they both have the same size radiators too. And they're the same volume too, so 86 decibels inside and 87 decibels outside if you use the outdoor mode. So physically, whilst they're the same from a sound driver perspective, I did think they sounded ever so slightly different. So the Wonderboom 3 I thought pushed vocals more, and the Wonderboom 4 was a little bit more balanced, so you could hear the instruments a little bit more than you could on the Wonderboom 3. The difference is really tiny though, so whether you can hear it in the sound test, I'll let you judge for yourself. Now, one thing that both of these speakers do well from a sound perspective is 360-degree sound. So the configuration of the drivers in these means that it doesn't matter where you're sitting around these speakers, the sound sounds exactly the same. And that makes it great for a party, for a gathering, for a group. So whether you're at home, you're down the beach, or you're sitting around a campfire, the music here is going to sound the same no matter where people sit. That is something that Ultimate Ears have done really well for years, and it really continues in both of these speakers. They're not going to go particularly loud though, so I wouldn't say that's a large group. So at small to medium volumes, I thought they both sounded great. As soon as you start to push these to higher volumes, the bass massively falls off and the sound quality just takes an absolute dive. To be fair, I say that for pretty much any speaker. If any speaker is going to be pushed to its max, quality massively drops off. So if you're going to be playing things loud, I would generally recommend going for a louder speaker. Enough of me waffling on. Here's a sound test so you can hear exactly what it sounds like.
Hey, all work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in the stretcher. The comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chilling in the desert, I'm good under pressure. Stick around, hold it down, look at what we found. It's a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown, all we wear a crown, show off what we got. Stick around with me, hold it down.
So what's not good about the Wonderboom 4? Because it does carry over a few limitations from the Wonderboom 3. So neither have mobile app support, so you can't tweak the EQ, you can't get firmware updates. Although if you are using a streaming app like Spotify for instance, that's got an internal EQ, like a 5-band one, so you could use that to tweak the EQ of these if you wanted to. You also can't link either of these with other Ultimate Ears speakers using their Party Up feature. However, you can pair another Wonderboom 4 with another Wonderboom 4 for stereo mode. You can actually pair a Wonderboom 3 with a Wonderboom 4 for stereo mode if you want to. So if you've already got one of these, then you can go and add one of these for true stereo pairing, and that does make the music a lot louder as well. So moving on to price, and the Wonderboom 4 is $100, but I have seen it down to $80 on Amazon at the moment. The Wonderboom 3, however, is even cheaper. I've seen that for as little as $52. And for something that's got as many similarities as the Wonderboom 4, I think that makes the Wonderboom 3 a better buy. As long as you can live without the podcast mode, which I think you can, and you can also live with the micro USB charging on here, which might be a harder pill to swallow for some. The Wonderboom 4 is still my preference though. I wouldn't upgrade to it if I already had the Wonderboom 3, but if you're looking at buying a new compact Bluetooth speaker, then I think the Wonderboom 4 should definitely be on your shortlist. I will put purchase links to it in the description down below to both of these actually, so that you can check them out for yourself. If you want to check out some other alternatives though, then be sure to check out the link up here somewhere. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and share it. Consider subscribing if you're not. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.